Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I'm actually recording this on Tuesday evening, and I'm going to keep it short this week for our live call. I am, as you know, um, expecting our second child, and energy levels are definitely different for me right now. But I still wanted to show up and say hello and talk about boundaries. So, some of us have great boundaries, some of us have no clue what boundaries are, and some of us don't respect others' boundaries, some of us do. So, first off, what are boundaries? So, boundaries are something that will give you space between yourself and someone else. And it can be physical, emotional, energetic. And the one thing about boundaries is that it's the key to creating space for your well being and self care. So if you're struggling with self care or taking care of yourself, start by looking at your boundaries. Do you have boundaries in place to give you the time and space to actually do the work? So once you do the work, it's going to allow you to be tuned in with yourself, realign yourself with what you really want, and feel centered. And setting healthy boundaries really starts within yourself by showing compassion and kindness to yourself. Having those healthy boundaries is so important for your mental health, your physical wellness, and avoiding any burnout. And for those of us, most of us on this in this community, we are corporate professionals that are driven, that work really hard, and we have to set those boundaries in place so that we can maintain our health, our physical wellness, and avoid that burnout. So it really gives us room to live a better life and create that time and space to be the best version of yourself. So, how do you create a boundary? Well, first off, you have to define it. So, identify what it is that you're struggling with. And I'm doing a poll right now in my LinkedIn, and there's a few people that are struggling with defining those boundaries because oftentimes we're used to, growing up without our parents having any boundaries or defining them. So we're just kind of going about life without having to think about it and reflecting on where do we need more space? Where do we need more time? And then the second one, which people also struggle with, including myself, is to communicate those boundaries. So by communicating those boundaries, you're actually telling someone, I can only work till 4:30 in order to pick up my child from day home. And once you communicate that, they can try and get you a call or get you to stay late or set a meeting, but you still have to communicate and enforce that boundary. Say, sorry, I can't attend this meeting because I need to leave at 4:30. That's a simple example. The other thing is you don't want to over explain your boundary. Keep it simple and short when you communicate. And then also, if someone keeps disrespecting your boundaries, set consequences. What's the consequence if they keep stepping on your boundary? Are you going to keep interacting with them? Are you going to stop working with them? There's so many things that you need to do, and you need to communicate to them why it's important for you to maintain that boundary. So, like a lot of people in life want more freedom, and the only way to get more freedom in life is by being disciplined with yourself and your commitments. So set those commitments for your boundaries so that you can set yourself free as to the life that you desire. And then also be okay with changing it up based on the season of life that you're in, because we're all at different stages of life. And right now, I'm in a stage of life where I need to give myself more grace and ease. So that's why you get a short, sweet video. And some common myths that we see sometimes with boundaries is that it's selfish, that people always need you or want you for a project, or your worth is based on someone else's thought of you, which is complete BS because they're going to think that thing of you no matter what. So you might as well show up as your authentic self and set those boundaries so that you can really thrive and be at ease with life. So remember, you're your first priority. You can't show up how you want to if you don't take care of yourself. I hope you enjoyed today's live show and have a wonderful Wednesday or the rest of your week. If you're catching the replay, let me know in the comments. Just say replay. And if you're catching live, say hello. Otherwise, we'll be in touch. Have a great week.